In this video, we'll show the benefit of drawing a single line and then just applying an outline to it. So if I go to wireframe, I'm just going to hit V to go to wireframe. You'll see that this is actually drawn with a single line, and then after I drew it, all I did was hit this line width tool, which then applies a 0.09 inch outline to that. I've actually drawn this separately, so I've got the end pieces separated from the inside pieces. And then I also took my text and fit it to a path so that it's fit to the line path there, so that it will stick to that. So the reason that I've done this is because one neat thing that you can do is you can take this whole thing and you can resize it like this. And even resizing it, my line widths stay at 0.09 inches because it's just an outline applied to that single line. So another thing that I can do, because I've got these lines separated from each other, is I can take this section and apply an envelope to it. So if I go to envelope, I click on, I double click so that I'm selecting just the lines itself and not the text that's fit to those lines. And then I say add new. I'm choosing single arc for my line style. There's also double arc if I wanted it to be more serpentine or a straight line, but I'm choosing single arc. If I just click on this in the middle and drag it up, you'll see that arches just the top. If I do the same thing, clicking on it and holding shift while I do that, then it's going to arch both sides, the top and the bottom at the same time. So depending on the style of panel that I want, I can create a couple different looks. Because I had the child's name actually fit to path, as I bring this up, it's keeping that on that path. Once we've got it done, all we have to do is we're going to break our text apart so that it's separated from those pieces. This has an envelope applied to it, so we just need to go up to Object and say Convert to Curves to get it back to not having an envelope applied to it. And then we can Shift select all three of these, and I'll just combine them together. Once they're combined, we'll go up to Object and say Convert Outline to Object, and that will then convert it to the double line for us. If there's anything like this, we can just go ahead and delete that there. Double clicking will delete that. Same thing over here. If that happened, we can just double click to delete that. And then we just fill panel. So we just hit fill grayscale, and now we've got our panel filled and ready to go. The benefit though is that if we work off of our single lines as we did before, we can make all sorts of adjustments. In addition to doing scroll panels and that sort of stuff, other things that you can do would be like rings. If we zoom into this, you'll see that I have it drawn as a single line as well. So we can take this entire design and make it bigger or make it smaller, and our line thicknesses still remain 0.09 inches. You can also do books. One thing with books is that if you were to normally have a book panel like this and you just resized it using the handles, it's going to stretch your line thicknesses, and so they're not going to be as thin or as thick if you go bigger or smaller this way. But with the way that it's drawn this way, when you're drawing with just a single line, you can actually make things bigger or smaller, and it keeps those line thicknesses consistent. This particular one's a little bit more complicated because it's using also artistic media strokes for doing those other inside pieces. So it's a mixture of single lines with an outline applied and or artistic media strokes. And then we also have a rose here that's been drawn the same way with a single line, and the vein lines are artistic media strokes, so that as we scale this down or make it larger, our line thicknesses stay 0.09 inches no matter what size we make it. that kind of shows some benefits of using a single line for drawing.